test out the cold weather camping capabilities of this Storyteller Overland Beast Mode. Let's go.
I love to wake up in the morning, but keep dreaming without wording. The day is gone. And sometimes I take a walk, but I forget about the clock. I can slow it down. My friends are sitting laughing, but I just keep on laughing. They're knocking on my door, but I'm knocking them down. They say I'm acting crazy, but I just wanna lie in the sun. Whoa, lie in the sun.
What is going on, YouTube? Greetings from near Bryce Canyon in Utah. Look at this amazing campsite. Like, how freaking lucky did I get? A friend of mine actually gave me the GPS coordinates to this site. So I'm not going to share the exact location out of respect for keeping that confidential, but I'm really near a bunch of Campendium campsites. So if you go into Campendium and search Tom's Best Spring Dispersed Camping, you'll find a lot of spots kind of near where I'm at. So that'll be a good starting point. There are a ton of great reviews, like amazing reviews for obvious reasons of this spot. So make sure you check that out if you want to try to find something near here. This camp spot really is amazing. I'm on the edge of another cliff. I don't know why I always end up on the edge of 100, 200 feet drop-offs. It really makes one of my subscribers and channel members, Kaylee, really nervous. Sorry about that, Kaylee, but I'm on the edge of another drop-off, but it's pretty awesome. And just behind my van are a bunch of those hoodoos, I believe they're called. They're like these natural statues out in nature. So I'm really looking forward to getting out and hiking around this area. But that's not what this video is about here today. This video is about testing the 4-season capability of this Storyteller. A lot of van companies say their van is 4-season, but what they really mean is kind of 4-season, but you need to winterize it. Storyteller says, you know what? You don't need to winterize this thing. If you're in it, it is a true 4-season camping rig. So we're gonna test that out. The weather's gonna get really, really cold here tonight. It's gonna be down in the low 20s and teens, so that's kind of perfect condition for this. This van, unlike my other van, has a diesel heater and not a propane heater. The heater actually pulls diesel fuel out of my normal gas tank, which is really cool because this thing has a big diesel tank instead of a smaller propane tank. So we'll see how that works out. Also, every nook and cranny of this Storyteller is stuffed with Havelock wool. So we'll see if that helps insulate the van, keep the heat in. I don't know. There's a lot of windows on this van, which you know I love because it gives it that open feel and you can see everything, all, you know, your surroundings, this beautiful area that I'm in. And Storyteller comes with some window covers. So we'll see if those actually keep the cold out and if we can keep this rig nice and toasty tonight in cold weather. But let's jump inside real quick and turn on the heater. All right, so it's 64 in here. Obviously, I got here and, my van was running, so it's kept some of the heat inside. So you go here and you just put it on heat. You can put it on a bunch of different other settings. I already had it on heat. You turn on the system and then you turn on the furnace and then you turn the fan on either 1 or 2. And I just hear it switching on, so it's all started up. And the heat, I'm actually making a mess of my van here, but the heat actually comes out of this vent down here. So only one vent. So I'm really curious if that's going to be enough to keep this thing warm. I've heard not to point it towards your bed. I do have it pointed towards my bed right now, but I've heard it gets really hot in here in your bed if you do that. So we'll see. All right, so the sun has went down, and so we're going to throw up all the window shades and see if that helps
keep the heat in throughout the night. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is there is a gray and a freshwater tank. So I know someone would probably ask, how do you keep those warm in below freezing weather? Well, the diesel heating system runs past those two tanks and keeps the water warm. So as long as your furnace is on, the tanks will stay warm in cold weather. Another question I know I'll probably get is the lithium batteries in the Volta system. What about those? Well, unlike my Travato, they're not outside the rig. They're actually underneath this part of the bed. Actually, the whole Volta system's underneath there. All the batteries, the 3600 watt inverter, it's all underneath there. So if it's warm in here, it's going to be warm in there. But there's also a heating pad that'll come on in an emergency as long as you have the inverter turned on. So this is truly a 4-season rig if it keeps me warm tonight. Yeah, we want the reflective side pointing in. All right, so the magnets just do their job. It kind of reminds me of like wrapping something with plastic wrap. It just kind of fits in there. It's really cool, actually. Jump on here real quick. Throw these back ones on. Let's see. All right. Well, it's really easy, man. You just stick them on here. That easy. This one goes to this little side window over here. All right, let's turn the camera around here. All right, so the side doors are really easy. Just, again, you just kind of stick them in there. Now I do miss my front window on my Travato that I just pulled up, but this one is definitely a better weather barrier for cold and hot weather than my one in the Travato was. All right, so we're gonna lay this down here, just lay it flat, like that, and then do that. Got these little like bungee cords, and there's a special hook for them. Just hook it up in there, and then hook up the other one. Wrap it, and that's it. We're done. We're all wrapped up in here now. We're ready to go. So we'll see. We'll see if this keeps out the cold tonight. So yeah, it's all wrapped up. All right, I'm tired. I'm gonna hit the rack, and tomorrow when I wake up, I'll let you know if I froze my butt off last night or if the rig stayed nice and toasty. So see you tomorrow morning, which will only be a couple seconds for you. Oh man, morning. It's about 4:30 here right now. It's 25 degrees outside. It's actually really toasty in here. I had to kick the covers off many times. It's warm in here, almost too warm. I'll probably turn it down tonight. But here, let's get up here for a second. Yeah, so you'll see. It says 70, but that's over here in this part of the rig. Back in the bed area, because I have the vent pointed that way, it's definitely hotter than 70. I can tell you that right now. It's probably like 74, 75. I'll definitely turn this down tonight. Volta's still at 80%. I haven't done any kind of recharge yet. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the heat here. I think it got down to as low as 16 last night. So, yeah, thumbs up on the heating system in this rig, especially once I put up all of the, all of the window coverings. It was in the 60s in here when I put up those window coverings. So, those definitely help. Okay, so really quick, we're gonna check how much fuel we used last night. We ran the heater all night, so I'm curious how much fuel we used. So let's start her up. Oh wow, look at that. It's still completely full. So I don't know exactly how much fuel I used, but it didn't move the gauge at all. And the heat was on all night long. It didn't turn off once. I had the thermostat set probably higher than I should have. Yeah, no noticeable difference. I'm sure it used some fuel, and as I continue to use the heat, I'm sure it'll start draining my tank. But compared to propane, if I would have had heat on all night in 20-degree weather in a propane rig, half my propane tank would be gone right now. So that's pretty impressive. All right, I think I'm gonna go back to sleep for a little bit, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you like travel content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put out a video every week, and I usually do a live video every week. Thanks for watching.